Once, in the ancient world, humanity was one. One language, one voice, one ambition, and they said, "Let us build a tower to reach the heavens." But something happened at Babel, something so profound the world has never recovered. Language shattered, nations scattered, memory buried. But what was the Tower of Babel? A myth? A ziggurat? Or the last time mankind truly stood united? Against the divine? Genesis 11:1-6 says, "Now the whole earth had one language and the same words." They journeyed east and settled in the land of Shinar. There they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens." But the Lord came down to see the tower and said, "Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand one another." And the city was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the earth. This story is simple in words, but immense in implication. Was the Tower of Babel a literal tower, or a symbolic myth for human pride? The Hebrew term migdal means tower, fortress, or elevated structure. But more than that, one was meant to reach the heavens. Not by faith three, but by force. It wasn't just a tower. It was a spiritual declaration. Ancient people believed heaven was above two, and to build upward three was to challenge the gods themselves. The tower was rebellion three in brick. In ancient Mesopotamia, temples weren't flat. They were towers, called ziggurats. These step pyramid structures served as temples to gods, built with baked bricks and tar, just like Genesis describes. The most famous? The Atemenanki of Babylon, dedicated to Marduk. Its name meant Temple of the Foundation of Heaven and Earth. Sound familiar? It stood over 300 feet tall and was believed to connect Earth to the heavens. Even Herodotus, the Greek historian, described its grandeur. Ziggurats were axis mundi, cosmic centers where divine met mortal. The Tower of Babel may have been the earliest or the most ambitious. Genesis 10:8-10 says, "Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on the earth. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, and Akkad." Nimrod, the first post-flood empire builder. The Hebrew word used is gibor, mighty man. The same term linked to the Nephilim. Was Nimrod simply a king, or something more? A hybrid? A hunter of men? Tradition calls him rebellious, building Babel in defiance of God. Some link him with Gilgamesh, the Sumerian giant king. Others with Marduk, the chief deity of Babylon. Was Nimrod the mind behind the tower? The builder? Or the blasphemer? Genesis says the people had one language, and afterward they were scattered. Is there evidence of this? Modern linguistics traces languages to a few proto-families: Indo-European, Afro-Asiatic, Sino-Tibetan, all branching from a smaller root system. What is more, a genetic migration supports a common origin near the Middle East. From this region, human populations expanded rapidly after a bottleneck event like the flood. The Tower event could symbolize a real linguistic fragmentation, a divine interruption of a global system. The Tower of Babel is not alone. Cultures from Mexico to India speak of stairways to heaven. The Maya built temples to ascend to the gods. The Egyptians believed pyramids lifted kings to the afterlife. The Hindus wrote of Mount Meru, a world axis connecting realms. Norse mythology had the world tree O1 linking heavens, earth, and underworld. The human impulse to ascend is universal. But at Babel Thought 3, it was punished. Archaeologists have found ruins believed to be Babel's ziggurat in Babylon. The Atemenanki, mentioned earlier, was rebuilt by Nebuchadnezzar II, who wrote, "I have rebuilt the ziggurat, the Tower of Babel." The brick style matches Genesis 11. The site lies in the land of Shinar. Even the confusion of languages? Babylon became a melting pot, eventually conquered by Persians, Greeks, and Romans. Skeptics argue the story is allegory. But what if it's both, a real tower and a divine metaphor? Was it real? Yes. Was it spiritual? Absolutely. Today, we are rebuilding Babel, not in stone, but in code. Translation apps, unified global currencies, artificial intelligence. Again, we are one voice, one tower, reaching the heavens. But have we learned humility? Or are we repeating the ancient ambition to become gods? The Tower of Babel warns, you can build high, but without alignment to truth, you'll fall. The tower stood once, perhaps twice, and may rise again. Its bricks may be broken, but its spirit lives on. Babel is not just a place. It is a pattern, a cycle of pride and scattering. What will we build? And who will we become? This is Hidden Histories. Like, share and subscribe for more ancient truths, lost connections, and the mysteries they tried to bury.